What's going on, everybody? My name is Ben and welcome back to the bench for a brand new episode here on Ben Builds. As you can see, though, we're not working on our demon today. We've actually gone ahead and put that aside just for this episode because I just picked up a couple new kits and I wanted to show you guys what I've come up with. I haven't done a stash update in a good long while, so I thought now would be a perfect time. I'm really excited about these kits, so let's check them out. Let's have some fun. So first kit here up on the bench, we've got the 1/48 scale Special Hobby Fairy Firefly Mark IV or Mark V. This is the Korean War version, and to be honest, the box art alone was enough to get me to buy this. It is a great looking cover, but I've actually been doing a lot of research on sea fires and whatnot, and you always see these guys parked behind the sea fires with their wings folded, looking pretty ominous, and I really wanted to go ahead and get a model of one of these, so I thought this would be a good kind of segue into learning more about the aircraft. Now, seeing as this is a special hobby kit, is going to be a little bit more on the limited production run type of build. We're not going to have locating pins. We might have a little bit of some fidgety areas, but to be honest, I've built a couple of special hobby kits and I've always had a good time with them. And this one comes with a couple of extra upgrade parts, such as a resin internal section for the wheelbase and resin exhaust stubs. Pretty decent. You can see the detail on this resin insert is actually really fine, very crisp. So that's going to be kind of interesting addition. The plastic isn't necessarily what you would consider Tamiya or Hasegawa quality. It's got a little bit of a grain to it, but the detail looks pretty decent. Got a lot of internal detailing, great detail there in the cockpit. This is probably one of those kits though where you don't have an open canopy, so I might have to either fix that, buy a new one, or just not worry about it. Going over to the instruction manual, this is a really nice looking booklet, and it appears to be a bit more upgraded than the other special hobby kits I have built. Our color callouts are for Gunzy Mr. Color, so that's great. Parts and pieces look very well detailed, and we have color here in our instruction manual with lines showing you where to put parts and pieces. It's actually very well done. For our schemes, we have a very typical extra dark sea gray over sky with our white and black identification stripes, so nothing too fancy when it comes to the paint job, but just the different markings, numbers, and whatnot looks to be pretty fun. We have a lot to choose from. So first kit out of the way, the 1/48 scale Special Hobby Fairy Firefly Mark IV or Mark V from the Korean War. Can't wait to jump in on this one. I don't know much about the aircraft, but I have a couple of ebooks I've downloaded, so I get to do some reading, and it should be pretty cool. Now for our second kit, this is something I've been trying to get a hold of for quite some time. It's a Cold War aircraft. In fact, all of these have Cold War vibes written all over them. But this is something I've been really wanting to find, and it was out of production, so I wasn't able to pick one up. But I believe it's been repopped because it's everywhere now, and this is the kit, the 1/48 scale A4C Skyhawk by Hasegawa. This is a very awesome kit. I have actually built two of these before. I built the B model and I built the M model. I love these early Skyhawks. So Hasegawa, if you're listening, please, whatever you do, repop the B version. But anyway, let's go ahead and take a real quick look at the inside of the box. Even though this is an older kit, it's still really nice. And like I mentioned, I built two of these before, the B and the M version, and I don't remember them having any fit issues. A couple of areas might have a little bit of a seam line or maybe a bit of a step around the wing guns. I remember that being a bit of an issue, but ultimately it is a great model and it always builds up really well. Decals are very typical Hasegawa, nothing surprising here. We've got, again, our color schemes. We've got the Valians right here, and we've got the blue-tailed flies down at the bottom here. And I think I'm leaning towards the blue-tailed flies only because it's super cool looking with that blue and white. It looks pretty striking. So that's probably what I'm going to do for this one. And of course, you know me, I had to also pick up a companion reference book, and this is what I picked up. This is the Naval Fighter Series Douglas A4C or L Skyhawk in Navy Service. This is actually a book that I've been wanting to get for a while now, but now that I got the model kit, I thought, you know what, let's pick up the book because I could not find this particular version in ebook form. So now I have a hard copy version, and to be honest, you know me, I love the Naval Fighter series. It's got so many great pictures. This one has a surprising amount of color, which is pretty cool, but also goes through all the different units who flew the A4C, goes through a little bit of history of each unit, talks a bit about the development of the A4C as opposed to the B. I've already read a little bit of it, and again, I love my references. You guys know that. So this is going to be a great addition to the library, and it's going to be a huge help when building the model kit. So yeah, 2 thumbs up for sure. So with the reference and the model kit, when I get around to building my A4C, I've got everything I need, and it should be a great model to build. Absolutely love the Naval Fighter series, one of my favorite series here for references, right up there with detail and scale. So this is a great purchase. Sprue Brothers wanted like $45 for this book though. I found this one on Amazon for half the price. So I was pretty excited about that. So I cannot wait to jump in on it at some point. And last but not least, guys, we have one more model kit to show you, and this is very much related to my A4C. This is another Skyhawk rolling in. This is the A4EF Skyhawk by Hasegawa. I got this off of Sprue Brothers for a really good price. I think I paid like 25 bucks for it. So I saw it, I had to get it because again, some of the mid and early Skyhawks have been really hard to find. You can find the M pretty much anywhere, but these mid and early Skyhawks, super hard to find. So when this popped up on Sprue Brothers, I had to grab it. Same thing with the A4C. But again, this is going to be a very similar model to all the other Skyhawks in the run. They share a lot of similarities in sprue, in part layouts. As you can see that this does have a nose already built into the fuselage. It's got a different nose than the B or C version. So this is one that has the entire fuselage as one part. With the B and the C, you have to replace the nose. Otherwise though, it's pretty much an identical kit. For markings, we're given two different versions that we can go ahead and paint, one E and one F, so I'm not really sure which one I want to do quite yet. Looking through the instruction manual, nothing jumps out at me as being weird. Everything looks pretty similar to the other Skyhawks I have built, and I don't see why it would be any different. I'm not going to jump in right away. As you can imagine, I'm going to go ahead and finish off the Demon. Got a couple other builds in the queue, but it is great to have some more Cold War beauties here ready to go in case I get the hankering to build more Cold War aircraft. But that's it for us today, guys. Just wanted to give you a look at that awesome Firefly, plus the two Skyhawks and the reference. I am ready to go ahead and jump into group builds or buddy builds. Looking at you, Joe, maybe a Skyhawk buddy build, let me know. But otherwise, we are ready to go ahead and next episode kick back into the Demon. Try to get as much done as possible on the F3H-2M. So until then, guys, you know the drill. Go out there, get yourself some bench time, have some fun, build something cool, and we'll see you back here on the next episode of Ben Builds for more modeling adventures. Be safe out there, take care of yourselves, and we'll see you soon.